Hey, what's up? Nasser Malik here. Welcome to another IoT tutorial. In this tutorial, we're going to be building a Raspberry Pi 3 frame and hub, and we're going to be installing a MQTT server. So let's get started. I want to thank DF Robot for sponsoring this tutorial. So for these tutorials, that we're going to be building a Raspberry Pi console or hub or a frame, whatever you want to call it. We're going to be using the Raspberry Pi Camra, which is available right here. You can check them out. I'll include the links in the video description. Also, I'm going to be using the 7-inch HDMI display that was provided by them. It's a pretty nice LCD display, and you hook it up with using a USB wire. Also, they provided Raspberry Pi 3 Model B, and check them out. They usually run monthly specials, so it's pretty decent price. And do check them out. They have a lot of product on their site. I'm gonna go through later on and see which ones I can do tutorials on and what I can do. A lot of interesting things, so check them out, please. So let's get back to the tutorial. So these are the things I'm talking about. Raspberry Pi 3, SD card, camera. We have HDMI to HDMI cable, a short one that you have to buy separately. And also you need to buy this cable right here, USB 2, I think micro USB. It's the same one that goes with your phone. So the first what you need to do is to take your SD card and you install a Raspbian on it. You can watch my Raspberry Pi video. Previously I showed how to do this. So this is already have a Raspbian installed on it, stretch. So I'm going to put that into the slot right there. Okay. The way to hook this thing up is very easy. So I'm going to hook the camera up. I'm going to put it on the side for now. So let's look at the LCD display. So the LCD display is pretty nice. It doesn't have the connector that goes right here on the Raspberry Pi. It actually, you hook this up using the USB cable here. So like so. Yep, it's in there. So you hook the USB on the side of the basically LCD display. And the one thing I don't like about this is that you see how far it sticks out. And so that means is you have to have a enclosure that is not up to here, but it's wide enough to hide this stuff here. Otherwise it's gonna look ugly. So that's the only backdraw, having a USB display. But other than that, I love it. It's pretty easy to hook it up. And on the other part, you basically take that and you stick it in any of the available USB, and that's all you have to do. So this is basically it doesn't require this. The nice thing about this display is it doesn't require a driver for the Raspberry Pi to have the touch screen working. So this is really nice. That's why I like it. If I have to have a little bit of enclosure, and that's fine, but it makes it really nice to have that working. So that should work with most of the Raspberry Pi versions out there. And the other thing is to see the display, the desktop. So basically you take that, you put it in the Raspberry Pi connector right there, HDMI connector. You hook that up like that. And that's all you have to do. And the other one, it goes into this on the back. Hopefully you can see this. And basically you connect that there. And it's a tight fit, but it should work. So you can see, I mean, this is hooked up. So I'm just showing it. You have to probably, there's mounting screws you can use to mount the Raspberry Pi back here, so it's not hanging out like this. But for this demo, that's what I'm going to do. And The camera, I'm not gonna hook it up. I'm gonna see how this thing goes. The first thing we're gonna do is install the MQTT server on it, on a Raspberry Pi. And let me see if I can make it so you guys can see it, because it's hanging out on the side. Okay, there we go. So I'm gonna power this on. So I'm using just a phone charger to plug it in, and we're gonna power this thing on. There we go. And you're going to see the display coming on. Yep, there you go. So once the display comes on, it actually gonna be kind of like off. It's not gonna be yeah. So what we need to do is actually go into the Raspberry Pi. You can do SSH or you can go into VNC. I'm going to do VNC and go ahead and change a config and then restart it so we can fix that. So I'm gonna do that later at the end. So, but I want to show you how this thing is gonna get hooked up, and we're gonna have an enclosure that is gonna have the LCD display, the Pi hooked up on the back, and then we're gonna have the camera that we're gonna be using to you know, do the video and stuff, or gesture control and stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna show you on the VNC Raspberry. I'm gonna VNC to the Raspberry Pi, and then I'm gonna go ahead and install and test the Mosquito, which is MQTT broker. So okay, so I'm connecting to my Raspberry Pi VNC, and you can see the Raspberry Pi desktop. And what we're going to do is next is, if you already have installed the Raspberry Pi OS and this is the first time you logging in, you need to make sure you run the sudo apt-get update and apt-get upgrade on this to update Pi. So to install the Mosquito, the very first thing what you need to do is you need to give this command, sudo apt-get install Mosquito. Hit enter, and it's going to install this, and you say yes here, and we're going to wait for it to finish. So it'll take a little bit time to install it. So it just finished. So next what are we going to do is install Mosquito client, and you can type these commands in. I'll include them in the video description below. Say yes here, and we're gonna just wait for it to finish. Okay, next we're going to modify the Mosquito config file, and this is what you need to do: sudo nano and then the location of the config file. So once you're near this, you need to add following 3 lines. So basically the first line is allow anonymous equals false. That means all the traffic is blocked basically. And then this is the location of your password file, and this is the port number where you want Mosquito broker to listen to. So it'll be serving all the publishing and subscribing commands from there. So once we're done, we can save this. To save the changes, you press Control O and enter, and it's saved. We can exit out of there. To exit out of there, press Control X. Okay, next we're going to create the password file. So we're going to type this in, or you can copy paste it, and here's the location of the file right there, and the username I'm going to create is Netmedias, and I'm going to hit enter, and now it's asking for the password, and I'm going to create the password, and I'm going to say password 1, and it's done. So now I'm going to restart the Pi for these changes to take effect. To do that, I'm going to do sudo reboot, and it's going to restart. I'll be back. So okay, so Pi rebooted, so we're going to open up a terminal, And let me make it bigger so you guys can see it clearly what's going on here. So we're gonna test it out to make sure the installation was successful and we can publish and subscribe to the channel and MQTT server is running. So first thing what we need to do is basically subscribe to a channel or create a channel. So it's pretty easy to do. So you'll type or paste this command in. So mosquito sub -d space -u Netmedias, which is a username we created. P is the password and the channel that we want to subscribe to, and then hit enter. And right now it is subscribed to this channel, is in listening, and it will keep listening until we close it by I think Control C. If we do Control C, it stops it, so we could go back and run it again. So now what we need to do is open up another terminal window to test, and this time in this window we're going to run a client, and we're going to use this client to send publish messages. So for us to publish the message and see it on this screen, we need to make sure we publish it on the same channel that we're listening on. So we're listening on this MQTT/test. It could be anything. You can create your own channel in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to publish a message to this channel, so I want it to show up here. So I'm going to paste it. So the only difference here and there is here you use mosquito_sub to subscribe. In here you do mosquito_pub to publish it, and the rest is pretty much the same. And at the end, instead of the username, you type in -m, and this is the message you're going to type it in. And when I hit enter, this message right there, this is going to show up in this screen. So if it shows up in this screen, so that means is the Mosquito setup is working and we're able to publish and subscribe. So as you can see, the message showed up right away, and so this verifies that our install was successful. So from there, I mean, basically we have our MQTT server running. So to creating our Pi hub or Pi to control other devices and stuff, basically we need to have those devices. It could be Sonoff switches or ESP to subscribe to a specific channel and then relay their messages to it or receive messages for our IoT dashboard. So this is what we're going to be using going forward. So okay, so for the fix the LCD display, the way it looks pretty weird. I don't know if you can see it on the screen, but it's like almost like grayscale with no colors and it's flickering. So what we need to do is basically we need to go in and change the setting on it in the config file and restart the Pi. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to and this is what it looks like. So you need to go and enter into the config, the boot config.txt, and enter these lines. So I'm going to bring up a console. Let me zoom it in so you guys can see it. So I'm going to do nano, and I don't know if I need sudo or not, but there you go. So we're in there. We're gonna go ahead and previously I did have these lines in there, and then I comment them out to show you guys. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to the so I'm gonna go back to the right here, their website. This is from the DF Robot website. So I'm gonna copy this stuff right there. I'm going to paste it in here, and that's all I'm going to do. But keep in mind, once you do that, the problem is that this screen that you see, the big 1920 by 1080, it is going to shrink. So it's going to make it smaller when you do a VNC. because it's now restricting it to the size. So I'm gonna go ahead and do Control O to save it and hit enter. Yes, and then Control X to exit it. Then I'll do sudo reboot and keep an eye on this display and see it's gonna keep an eye on display and see it's gonna fix the yep. And now you see all the colors and everything, and all the. So now you can see once I reboot, it is showing the correct color, and I can go and I can close. I can do different things on the. I can touch. Even the touch screen is working, and touch screen is very nice. I think it's multi-touch, so it's very responsive. So I can click here. I can go into programming and load Python 3 ideal. I can go close it, and I can move around the window. So that's pretty good. So I'm happy with what we have. So this is the starting of it. I guess the next step, we're gonna go ahead and start figuring out how to bring those devices in and have some type of dashboard running in here where we can check it and also control all the devices off of this screen. So that'll be our next tutorial. So until next time, bye.